Okay, hello. Garfnick's here. We're in for game 4 of the autumn seasonal 2021. We've got Fins Let Loose versus KRT. Let me go up the admin cam for you. So it's going to be a good one hopefully today. I mean, we've got two teams here that are keen, I think it's fair to say. We're going to be seeing hopefully some pretty interesting strategies from both. I think it's clear to everyone that, you know, anyone who's played either casual or competitive against OC or KRT, that you know, they've got some pretty interesting strategies, and I think it's also fair to say that that's also the case for Fin Let Loose. Fins Let Loose, obviously, slightly newer, sort of not a newer clan. They've been around an awful long time. You know, they started with Red Orchestra. You know, they've been through several different games. Hell Let Loose, they were here right from the beginning. You know, some of their core members were you know, founders of Hell Let Loose, funding it initially. They've been here a long time, but they've kind of been cultivating a place for Finnish players to play up until relatively recently, and then they kind of, you know, they recognise an appetite within their own clan for a bit more competitive action, and they've kind of gone with that. So they've got a lot to prove here, both teams. I think it should be a really good one. It might be over quite quick, or it could be an absolute grind. You never know. So let's jump up in the air here. Just looking at the map already, obviously, we've got quite a lot of markers coming down from Fins Let Loose. You can see that their kind of Gary strategy is sort of outside of what you might expect from let's say a public game, in terms of keeping them away from the very edges of the sector. You know, you might sometimes find Gary's like closer to the edge, but I think they've probably made an astute choice here with their selection of locations. So let me hide this for you. Let's get some speed up. There we go. You'll have to apologise. Right, I'm pretty new to this. It's only me today as well on this side. Unfortunately, there was a spy. There was a KRT spy. No, I'm only joking. There wasn't really a KRT spy, but one of the other guys who was supposed to be doing the cast, you know, he is a member of KRT, and it didn't really seem right to be, I don't know, using him in the commentary seems a bit, you know, there could be questions asked there, which is fair enough. But I think just the fact that those questions might be asked goes to show that this is going to be a really competitive game with two really competitive teams here. Okay, so we can kind of start to see we've got the transport truck here, a Basso, who else we got in there squad leader wise, two main. Yeah, so some of their kind of their main attacking players, I think, in that vehicle there. So kind of go along with them here. I suspect there's going to be, obviously they're going to try and place their garrison here, it looks like. So they're going to jump out around here, I'm guessing. But I'm honestly, like, I really don't want to place too many guesses right now on what on earth is going to happen in this game, or what any of the strategies are going to be, because, you know, I'm very much with the casuals here. Oh look, we can see this, the tank approaching here. That could get messy. Let's have a little look. Well, that's devastatingly effective. You see that OC, KRT here have decided to go the other way. They've kind of avoided each other in favour of, I guess, infantry. This is going to maybe put a scupper in the plan of this garrison over here, it has to be said. Let's have a look over some of the action here then. Okay, so as we can see, looking over PS farm here, we've got quite a lot of Fin Let Loose players still out to the left flank here. However, this garrison attempt, we get the markers up again, is likely being pretty hard scuppered by the where is it? By the recon vehicle. However, it wasn't to be. They're going to set their OP up here. Very likely. However, pretty surrounded here. Where's the AT? Jack's back there, so he's one of KRT's kind of top attacking guys. Played with him a few times in casual, really good player, really nice guy. Handling it pretty well here. Match 2. Now, PS Farm's been captured, obviously, but there are decent Garys here, and Easy Squad have just got this garrison up here as well. We leave these guys now, fall back a little bit, check out PS Farm again. Obviously OC, KRT have kind of got fairly strong positions out here. They're pushing this flank fairly hard. Both teams here showing good drills in terms of spacing of the players. They don't want to be running up the road, obviously. Got some machine gun cover coming in here from Danks as well. Whether these guys can crawl up and get an OP up, Abasso's obviously going to try and get his OP up a bit closer, I would think. If we take another look out here on this side. To excuse my admin cam skills here, everyone. As I say, it's just me today, and I'm not amazing at this. However, hopefully I can do this game a little bit of justice, because it is going to be a clash of titans here, I think, and they're really both going to want to make a big impression on the tournament. This guy's winning the fight here. Who was that? I didn't see. Spood. Very nice. Taking this area over here. It's a new map, of course, so naturally I've forgotten all the names of the points. This one is Hugo's Farm, right? No. This one is AA Network. My mistake. Okay, so interesting to kind of think about what tactics the two teams are employing here. You can kind of see that they're KRT, OC guys are really making this hard push on this right hand side, using the cover from these bushes obviously and this small building here to help kind of reinforce their position at the hard point over here at PS Farm. Trust me, this is like an education for me. You can probably tell, you know, as a person who absolutely loves this game so much, but you know, I don't have the chops for this super duper tactical play here that these guys are going to be putting on the show for us today. We're just sweating casual, you know. If there's a guy still playing the casual servers and crying every time he dies, that's me. Still got machine gun cover coming in over here. Blast off this time. You can see the Fin Let Loose are still trying this this side here. They still kind of want to get. You can see their move markers are up here. They still want to get into this area on the left flank, the sort of northwest flank. But they've got a lot of problems here with the OC and KRT guys coming in on the right hand side here. I mean, that's a lot of bodies coming in. And they're going to be kind of pushing this all down this bush, I suspect, and into the graveyard possibly. It's quite hard if you're in the graveyard over here. It's quite hard to really get good angles on these guys if they've got you know, any numbers behind them. So that might be the strategy that they're going for. Now, Fin Let Loose, well, both teams really, but Fin Let Loose are very accurate and you know, devastating with their arty. So whether the squad leaders can kind of put in play the arty guys by pointing out where these OCKRT guys are, but you know, we're already starting to see here. Squinter. Oh, he's down just in time. He's down. Well defended. Okay, going a bit fast there. Again, excuse my my sketchy admin camming. So the fight really is focused around this area. You know, we've kind of got some markers indicating enemy infantry still over in squares D6, D7. King and Charlie got their markers out there, but there's not really anything significant flank-wise happening over there. There's a few guys still pushing around, but they're not really kind of in necessarily in a dangerous area yet, and obviously this garrison in FA is going to kind of start pinging potentially to alert Finns that they've got some visitors on that northwest side. Whether or not they'll realise that or not, obviously only time will tell. What have we got here? So obviously looking at the thinking of engineers here. Looking at the strats nowadays for the nodes, pretty classic. Placing them all around the artillery, wherever the artillery is. Can I ping it for myself? There we go. Who have we got over here? Okay, so we've got Rare squad leading here, and oops, and D as well. As I say, kind of known. Oh, there it goes. Look, pinging hot, and Easy's on the way to have a little look. Tank over here as well. But these guys definitely known for kind of devastating and very accurate artillery. So as long as those markers are on point, you know, Finns should have no problem with hitting them. Okay, so oh. You can tell I can't shoot. So this is I have to apologise to the Finnish team, right? Because I'm never going to get any of your names right. So I'm just going to say this is the Easy squad leader. He's obviously kind of in the right area, but with the spacing here of these OC guys, what can you do, right? How many angles to cover? I mean, that's unlucky there, but he knows they're there. I mean, the garrison was obviously hot before and it's now been destroyed, but they definitely know there's a significant number of enemies in that location now, so. Rounding. Okay, so let's have another quick look over here. We've still got this kind of attack going on Pierre's farm, still kind of consolidating down the middle. You can see that they have taken up positions here in the graveyard, which is good. It's just whether or not OCKRT can really capitalise, obviously, on that flank, or whether they're just going to kind of play to hold Pierre's farm. It doesn't look like they are, obviously. Granted, they're kind of flanking out and around here to try and get like round the church area. You can see golf marker there in F8. Commander's over here. I'm not sure whether he's going to spot them or not. Where is he? I've lost him. All these people shouting at the screen. There he is. I've only played this map a few times since it's been implemented in the game, I have to admit. So Puka here, he's kind of looking, I guess, around this area. He's looking to put up this garrison here again, re-establish this kind of this sector, a bit of a defensive perimeter. But unfortunately, that perimeter has already been breached. Unfortunately for Finns, because OC Campo and Chill are over here sneaking around. Probably going to get up to some mischief, I imagine, if we stick with them for a little bit. Yep, already. There we go. So just to give you an idea of where we are, down here in G8, we've got, again, Easy Squad Leader, I'm going to call him, sorry mate, is over here. He knows. I mean, we just saw him get killed a second ago. He knows that they're over there, and he's got some backup here, thankfully for them. Very useful backup as well. Good shooting, Tim. Nicely done. Okay, so still looking over at PS Farm here. You can see that OCKRT, they're definitely starting to kind of push down and really threaten this garrison actually now. We've got this kind of fight occurring here. I suspect that these lot are going to mop up. Two down. Stephen's chosen the grenade. I guess Abasso's hidden by the bush here. Great advance. Really good stuff, but he's down to Abasso hiding in the bush. Nice. Allowing your teammates to get shot to tell you where the enemy is. Fantastic and time proven strategy. Okay. So we join these guys over here in the cemetery. It looks like they're really succeeding in holding them off on this flank, so I'm not sure KRTOC, you know, whether they're really intending this to be the you know, the main plan for the flank, but we're going to have airheads and things occurring relatively soon, I suspect. You know, we might see some funky tactics. We've got a good portion, obviously, over here of OC players. However, there are, you know, still quite a few Finns still in this side next to the church, so it's not as though they're just going to walk in uncontested. So this over here is kind of been unpinged now. Hopefully they not going to mind me pinging the unpinged garrison to show myself where it is. Not pinging any enemies. It's an important thing. So they are making progress here, these OC guys. Who's this Bryn again? Yeah. Burn it. Burn, Bryn. Apologise again. And chill. They're really kind of making some progress, pushing through the buildings here. Well, curse of the commentator there. Literally, always happens. But yes, any minute, I'm guessing, we might see some interesting kind of commander tactics occurring. It's getting to that sort of time in the match. So, got 1 hour and 12 minutes remaining. Kind of pretty even at the moment, seems to me. Obviously, Finns have lost PS Farm. I think that's a difficult... They've got the harder side, in my opinion, on this map. And particularly with these points that they've got with PS Farm and San Marie du Bon. But they've done an okay job of keeping OCKRT at bay for now. However, these guys here are, you know, they are really pushing through. Bird and his squad are really pushing through into some dangerous sort of areas now. You know, if they can get this back garrison and, you know, really start to cause problems right at the back here, then that's absolutely going to spell the end of any attack that's occurring here on PS Farm, because they're going to have to start coming back and trying to defend in some way. But they are holding them off here, so the Finns are holding them off on this this flank out here, and it's kind of, they're doing a good job, you know. It's kind of been held for quite some time now. Don't know, getting a phone call. My apologies. Alright, so still, same thing going on at the moment, really, in terms of these squads for OCKRT looking really, really dangerous. They are marked, they are known about, they are being defended against, but really how much longer can Finns hold that out, and particularly given, you know, the commander ability is about to sort of open up, or roughly around now. So we'll kind of see how much longer they're able to withstand this. But even though it's looked fairly equal so far, I think it's certainly looking like Pierre's farm is no longer particularly contested, let's say. There's been an issue with the overlay. I knew something would go wrong because there's a 15-minute delay, so I can't even check whether it's working properly. But thankfully you've got Ninja on the other stream, so he'll do a better job than me. But it's early on in the tournament. Things can only get better from here, right? Okay, so we're hearing those planes coming over now. What have we got dropping? Here we go. So we've got the KRT OC airhead coming down here. Sort of similar to what we've been talking about. They've allowed this to kind of fall back now. They've drawn some of these Finn players out into the field to tackle the tank. And kind of opened up a bit of space for this airhead to come down. It is marked, it looks like, and they are moving towards it, so whether that will be successful or not, not sure. But it's allowing these guys here to really push in. Good work here on the barbed wire, but they do have satchels. They have come prepared. My apologies again for the lack of view. Hopefully it's sorted now. Just had to get sick of my voice all the time. There goes the barbed wire. Still looking like these guys are on their way back. They're not kind of fully prepared yet. However, these guys may get devastated by Groove as they come around the corner. It's well defended there by the Finns, leaving one guy behind to cover the area while they went and dealt with the airhead. Very good thinking. Now, we can see the H5 airhead over here coming down. That's not it, that's supplies. So this is in a far less contested area, and you can see that they've kind of used the Charlie squad here to clear the area first to drop the airhead on, which is always sensible, but it has been seen, I suspect. We've got Fenrir here who's seen over there as well. Whether these guys are going to be able to make it. Suspect he's not going to have enough time to get to the airhead. It's being pretty well defended there by Charlie. OC Commander over there. Oh, Fenrir's down. Galaxy Milkshake's still up over there. He's spotted the airhead, taking them down, but there's still some Finns surviving. At least one, two. Floss is coming in pretty hot. Whether he's going to get it or not. Oof. Brutal. Tankaroo holding it down for the Finns there, but I suspect this is going to be all she wrote. Yep, there he goes. certainly bought the team some time. I'm a bit unfortunate for them there that they all just the timing worked out exactly wrong for them to kind of spawn at the airhead, get shot. That was unfortunate for them. We can see if we kind of go back here, obviously Pierre's farm still being pretty well held. If we whiz back over here, we got some potential problems for the Finns occurring out on this flank. You know, they've got this OP hot, and oops, is this Tim the Enchanter? Yep, there he goes. So Tim again, great guy, nice player. Let's kind of get a bit of a zoom out, see what he's dealing with here. But he's going to get his OP down, which is pretty huge, to be honest. It's not even an OP; it's a garrison. Everyone, okay, this is a big play by Tim the Enchanter here, a big play. Let's have a little look. Who's actually threatening him? Okay, so we've got Vicar. It's the other side. Tim absolutely smashing it here. We've got a friendly garrison, friendly garrison marker coming down from the Finns. They don't even realise that there's a garrison over here. But oh my gosh, in a twist of, is Alapex going to see it? Yep, he is. He says, oh my god, I found an enemy garrison here. But Tim knows it. Is he close enough to get back? No, he isn't. Boom, headshot. That's very unlucky there for Tim, because that was a great play, but well defended. Really well defended. However, it's still not looking great over here, over in the church. No one wants an AT in their bell tower, let me tell you. So, like I say, both teams known for their cheeky plays. I hear more planes in the air. We've obviously seen some airheads, some Garys now. Some kind of thwarted attempts on both sides, really, to make those cheeky plays. And so it's really turning out to be quite a meat grinder in some sort of a way. Although, still all to play for at this stage. We've got the recon plane going over Pierre's farm. Obviously, they're still holding it very tightly there. Not overextending, as you might see in a lot of, say, public games, or less kind of competitively able games. Definitely holding the point very successfully there. As, to be fair, are the Finns for Saint-Marie de Mont, because this is not an easy point to hold at all, in my opinion. There's a lot of ways to attack it, and not that many places to kind of get round to the places you might be being attacked, if that makes any sense. You know, if your guys die out here in the cemetery, if you've got people over here, it's actually kind of really quite difficult to get them there, or, you know, vice versa if they're sort of over here. That's not looking good. Uh-oh. That's not looking good for the Tiger. Coty there, trying his best, but not quite managing, oops, to get the orientation in time to deal with these guys down the street. Oof. Nice little bit of teamwork there. Unfortunately for the OC guys, they didn't manage to take care of the tank, and that's what cost him his life there. However, we do have smoke artillery coming in here, so they're obviously preparing or considering this to be some significant push here on the part of OCKRT. garrison situation still actually looking really, really strong here for the Finns. You can see as well from their markers, you know, out there by the airhead, by the supplies dropping in H5, over in F6. You know, they've got these kind of ambitions over there in the gap move marker. You can see they've got these ambitions to keep pushing PS, and that's really good to see. They're not kind of just sinking back into defence here, and I think it's fair to say they haven't been at all. You know, they've done a really good job on that right flank there, the sort of southeast, or is it southeast flank, holding those OCKRT guys at bay. They've obviously thwarted this attack over here as well, to the northwest, and Tim the Enchanter's big play over here, kind of in the awkward bit to reach in the back gardens, and they've absolutely dealt with that threat as well. So they may very well be able to push out, given this kind of success that they've had in defending. And I've got to say, I've been pretty impressed here by this defending from the Finns. My people are still messaging me about the overlay, so I'm sorry, everyone. What can I say? Watch Ninjas. I'm sure he's far better. But when you come to ours next time, it'll be a little bit less last minute, and I'll remember my hotkeys. I guess I pushed it by accident. Double pushed it. But it's still all to play for here in the game. We've got just under an hour remaining. This OP here is still kind of being a successful thorn in the side a little bit for the Finns. Pretty major bombing run coming in there, but not having an enormous effect. Few kills. It's kind of opening up this area. I say that, I mean, it's pretty good actually, wasn't it? It's pretty effective there, but again, I think OCKRT, they are going to have a tough time pushing down through these fortifications. And these fortifications, as we saw here, with the barbed wire in this area, you can see they've got some here as well. So useful, because right now, two Finnish players are dead here, but they still can't push through. They're going to be stuck behind the barbed wire, and it's going to buy time for, just as Tuo there, he spawned in, came over, managed to get the kill. You know, it's keeping them at bay very successfully, and that is the way, in my opinion, to play this point, given what I said before about it being awkward to get around. Okay, let's have a little look over here. Finns let loose, still not necessarily managing to make any kind of headway into the middle area here. Still very much held by OCKRT, and again they're pushing out here on the northwest flank, really giving the Finns a lot of bother here. You can see with the spacing amongst the players, they're a bit unlucky to both go down there, because considering they have this... Wow. Okay. Who are you? We're following this guy, Kengar. He's an absolute beast. I say we're following. There's no one left to kill. I mean, he's killed everyone already. Fair play, Kengar, but he's going to take down this enemy garrison for his reward. So great plays there. That's really kind of, again, it's to a certain degree. I feel like there's some firefighting going on here with Finns let loose. You know, they're getting kind of hard pushed now. They're getting spread out a little bit. They're kind of trying to get OCKRT are trying to lure them into certain areas of the map. But what can you do at the end of the day? Sometimes you just have to defend, and you know they are doing a really good job of that. To give them credit where it's due. So these guys over here have been pushed back a little bit, but they've obviously still got the weight of numbers over there at the cemetery, so they could definitely be successful. What kind of shots going out on this building here, but I don't know if they know how many enemies are there. You know, it's not necessarily a significant force of OCKRT guys here, but it is stopping a bit in advance. You can see the King squad wants to really get around there. They've still got an idea of building the garrison over here in F5. Whether or not they were able to achieve those plans, I think only time will tell, as it's so even at the moment. Fantastic shot there. Great use of markers, by the way. But not enough to save the Tiger there. Impressive shooting. That's kind of opened up this side now to this 76. We kind of follow. Here we got Demon Diamond. If we follow these guys a little bit, you know, I'm sure we'll see that they've kind of got this whole area locked off, really, and they're going to be helping to support the push, I'm guessing, down this middle section of the central road. Getting text now. It's sorted out. So, all these people complaining. Oh no, I'm so sorry. It's because it's 15 minutes delay, so normally I'd just be like, oh, you know, my bad, bro. But, you know how that goes on. Teething problems, right? So again, we've got smoke artillery coming in, and unfortunately for the Finns, they've not been able, given what we were saying earlier about barbed wire and the sort of power of fortifications here, they've not been able to replace this barbed wire that they lost before. They are still kind of getting pushed in this area, and they're going to think, probably, given that this is where they've been pushed from very hard before, that this is where the attack's going to be coming from, based on these smokes. But obviously we can see that there's this kind of northern road here, where they're coming in. Interesting to see what happens here. See those allied tanks really kind of pushing up with the attack, actually, sort of in the distance. Interesting. Here we go. We got, is that Tim the Enchanter again? Yep. Enchante. Do we say they've taken the church? 2 men in, 3 men out? I think if they can deal with some of the bin spawn points, then OCKRT may get this, but Tim's got his OP down, you can see, just next to him. And removed it very tactically there, so it doesn't get destroyed as Groove comes through the doorway. Very, very good play. Whether he managed to get it down himself in time, or whether that was actually the result of Groove taking it, I'm not sure, but if he puts it up now, I suspect Groove may hear him. However, I don't know if Tim knows he's on top of the tank there, but the sound of the flames is going to be very, very loud. But good positioning there still from Groove, considering this area, that's where he was successful in defending before, so back in position there. Okay, so PS Farm is yeah, well and truly out of play now. However, there's still, you know, a fair amount of defenders in the location, so that's really, really good drills from them to kind of stay in that area for such a long time and hold off the Finns, who you know, haven't been slacking attacking at all. Some good shooting there as well. Really, really good spacing. It makes it so hard to shoot players when they're this far away, you know, or this far apart, because someone's gone down there, but now his teammate can see not only where his teammate went down, but also hear a separate location, and, you know, they're not next to each other about to get collateral by the same bullet kind of thing. It can be really, really, if used effectively, that can be so hard to fight against. Wow. This is some aggressive plays here. With the tank. Very, very, very aggressive. And I think it might pay off for them. These squads can kind of make it down into this area in time. this could be a big problem for the Finns. They're getting pushed from both sides because they do only have it's kind of one central squad. It looks like actually in SMDM 1, fighting well. We're fighting a tank. But again, done an absolutely cracking job at defending. It looks like. However, you know, this cemetery area has definitely, we can call that lost at this point. You know, they've been pushed off of that pretty effectively there by OCKRT. And I think it's fair to say that they're sort of here to stay in that area. Again, these garrisons are kind of, you know, they're still there, but are they truly being effective at this point? Questionable. You know, you've got KRT, OC guys inside of the sort of perimeter. Nobody's spawning at them. I think it's fair to assume that the Finns are a little bit pushed at this point. I'll have a little tune into their command chat, see what's going on.
Käyvät garrisonit pystyssä.
Pitää päästä sitten eteenpäin. So.
Panteri alkoi vähän
ei pääse eteenpäin.
Mä teen nyt semmosen ratkaisun sitten. Törni ja Pole vaihtaa paikkaa. Törni menee itälaitaan pitämään ja Pole lähtee hyökkäämään.
Yes.
Still sounding pretty calm.
Pitää Saint-Marie-du-Montin pohjoista ja Lukos edelleen.
They are being pushed from both sides again. And, you know, these guys are
Pole
really
ei lähde sieltä sit idästä ennen
closing in on this area.
Tai se lähitkin.
Kaikki kuolivat.
Tää menee sitä mukaan kun jengi kuolee.
Ake purkaa toista Garrisonia.
Hyvä. Nyt alkaa olla hyökkäys.
Dumontin jeesiä.
Huomain.
Juu. 2-1 on nuolet meillä, 2-1 on nuolet meillä. Meillä on hyvin voimaa täällä. Ei mitään hätää, hyökätkää pojat.
Garrisonit vaan lähtee.
Teillä on nyt siellä E5 yksi semmonen safe garrison. Sieltä nyt vaan hölkkää.
Joo.
Ja F5 on tällä hetkellä selossa. Päälle vaan.
Garrison tuhottu.
Hyvä. Pitää päästä sitten vielä etelämmäksi.
Well, despite sounding pretty calm, things are heating up a little
Kirkolle
bit.
tulee tykitulta.
That's the UI. Heating up a little bit here for Finn let loose. They're really getting pinched in, and this is what I was saying earlier. Once these kind of side areas out in these back gardens, once they've kind of been established and taken, and in the graveyard over here, cemetery, this point can be so hard to defend. However, the Finns are clearly pushing this attack really hard themselves, so let's go and see how they're doing over there. Okay, so we're over here, basically sort of near Pierre's farm. That's Pierre's farm there. We've got this kind of advance going on through this long grass, basically. Couple of OC squads dealing with it here. Who have we got? Zeos and Cruel, two defending squad leaders. Both out here on the front line, really dealing with this this flanking problem that they've got going on. I just saw SMDM get contested. That's not good for Finns. And they're losing it now. So, despite having a pretty decent attack on here, and you know, this tank not even really being in play at the moment. Unfortunately for Finn let loose, they're getting a bit strained here, and this barbed wire's gone. There's no tanks in defence down this central area. You know, they still got a few guys kind of trying to push this side, and then they've got a big problem over in this smoke here with Chill. Ooh, excuse me, with Chill and the other guys, Burn and his squad, who we saw earlier, kind of pushing in this area in the northwest. They're now over here, getting kills, causing problems, and they're losing Samarie de Montlet. Okay, so let's shoot up in the sky, see what Finn Let Loose are going to kind of do in response to this. So we've got no garrisons in and around the point anymore. They've kind of lost the one that was back here. There are still some supplies there though, so they'll probably still be trying to get that up, but they're going to struggle, I think, with 1v... Well, perhaps not. Tim the Star here is smashing it. Basically wiped out a whole squad. Whether or not he can get their OP is really the question. I can't see exactly where it is on my map. I'm sure people are screaming at the chat for the second time tonight, telling me where the thing is, but hey ho. Still doing a really good job of actually holding the church building itself. Well, cursing the commentator there, but despite that, still doing a good job of holding the church building, but just not quite enough defenders in the area. Didn't manage to get those barricades back up really after they lost them, and that's kind of allowed this slow trickle to turn into an eventual flood, and it's not looking good there. With 43 minutes left, this point is pretty well capped. I would think it's going to be really a struggle for Finn Let Loose to do much. This is their kind of bombing run attempt, trying to obviously push some of the enemies off the point, but unfortunately with that big church there, it's not one of the more open points susceptible to, you know, really devastating bombing run. But you do have the whole Finnish team practically here pushing this area. Whether or not that'll be enough or in time, I suspect not. The airhead is coming down, so maybe they're going to kind of keep trying with this counter-attack, but against KRT, OC, I really think that defense is going to be probably pretty important here, because I suspect they're going to... If there was ever a moment for, you know, cheeky tricks and funny business, this is probably it. You know, for OCKRT, they've managed to capture this point now. I'm just waiting to hear their airhead coming down. They're going to want to keep this on a roll, because at this point they're now having to defend this point. Okay, they've got like a slightly easier angle to defend it from, but they're not going to want to kind of be stuck here, I don't think. They're going to probably want to push for the victory, I would suggest. You can see Commander Dipuka here, he's kind of scrambling back a little bit, trying to get over here and build the Gary. This could be a huge play from Bushwhacker here. If he manages to get a sightline onto this garrison, this could be devastating for Finn Let Loose. He's got this Panther right next to him, so he's going to want to be a bit quiet, but they're so slow to turn in this update of the game that he hasn't got too much to worry about. Wow. That's big plays. No garrison at Hill 6. And you've got Stephen and his squad moving in. Which squad's that? Gone past it now. They're doing this classic play, this classic KRT play, where they have very few people in each squad, lots of squad leaders. They're going to try and put down OPs and then probably switch around squads, I suggest. I haven't been obviously monitoring that super closely, so I'm not going to say that's 100% what's going on, but I know that's something that I think they've tried in the past, with some success as well. You know, if you can get one of your squad leaders over in a good position with a good OP, and then have people join their squad and start to really spawn there and make that OP very effective, that can be devastating. Will they get this garrison up? One squad leaders might be able to do it here. Turmainen. He's kind of one of the... Yeah, he's got it up, look. One of the big sort of squad leader players here for Finns. What have we got out here? Yeah, Stephen. Still out there. Okay, so the counterattack is kind of working. You know, like they managed to sort of fight off this area at Hill 6, keep the garrison, or build the garrison, sort of hold it for now. They've got a few people still spawning in. They do have the weight of numbers and a decent tank. Whether it's pushed too far forward or not, we'll have to wait and see. But there's still a lot of OCKRT players spawning over this side. It's really at this point a question of whether they can get Finns, can get rid of the spawn points over here, because if they can't, they're going to have a really hard time. No matter how many people they throw at this point, they're going to have a really hard time taking it. They're kind of going for a down the main road push, it looks like, as well, which they don't necessarily know this, but judging by the number of players over here, is probably a shrewd move, actually. Not a nice position to be in, especially with a tank, but it's possible to deal with that tank. If they can get a flank on it, just with 1 AT, that could be quite successful for them. Just keeping an eye on Hill 6. Still got some OCKRT players marked over there. It's an amazing supply situation. I just noticed there, having having been a casual player for some time, you know, when you open the map and you see that many supplies, pleasantly surprised. Any casuals playing, you know, you don't play competitive, just play casual. Make sure you build the nodes. Don't mess up like Garth and, you know, do the wrong thing for 20 minutes. Just build nodes straight away. Best strat. Okay, so we've got another real deep flank going on here. They're in. That's the garrison. Blast off. He spawned in. Couldn't make it in time. Steven's got it down. His squad's actually smashed Hill 6 here. It's looking very unfortunate here for Finns. Especially considering they've got a recon squad pushing them as well out here to the left. Not great. They're a long way off at the church over there. You can see a lot of their team over there. They have got this garrison still. Ooh, for now. I think it's this one over here, right? Being taken down. And it's gone. Yeah. Okay. Not looking great for the Finns here. Tank's pretty far up. Is that AT around it? Yep. Counter-attacks kind of died a bit of a death over there at the church. You can see they're not capping it anymore. But, despite having lost the garrison here, some sharp shooting seems to have kind of dealt a pretty significant blow to Steven's squad. See the garrison marker coming up there. They know they need to get a garrison over here somewhere at Hill 6. These guys still got an OP over here lurking. There's 3-1 in the point. Is it a matter of time at this point? Maybe. There is some tank backup coming in, looks like. Where are they at? Someone's again screaming at the screen. Whether they see that OP or not is really the question. So it's over there, right? That's where they're spawning in. Now, I'm obviously going to be a bit higher up than the spotter, so, you know, don't be judging them too harshly. But it is unfortunate for the Finnish team that they haven't seen these guys spawning over there, because that is a big play. You know, they're really pushing into Hill 6 now and causing proper problems. Still got supplies coming down on that garrison marker, so it's not up yet. They couldn't manage to get any supply player over to it quicker than dropping the supplies, it looks like. They do have the garrison up over in F9. Will that be too close to those supplies? Possibly, but does that matter if they've got one kind of close? I think it's fair to say at this point, if OCKRT can get a lot of guys spawning in here, if they can build a garrison over here or something, you know, this could be all over. Take a look back here at the other point. Just in time. Kind of missed it. Hopefully on another occasion we'll be able to get kind of both maps up so we can sort of see the action before it happens and get over to it for you. And not have overlays covering the screen for 15 or 20 minutes or whatever it is. Commander's down, but still fighting a valiant fight over here. The OC guys, KRT guys. See, again, they've gone for that same spot that Tim the Enchanter put the garrison before. They've obviously kind of figured out that that's a very powerful spot. I mean, it's sort of equidistant between this side and this road here, so players have the choice of kind of going multiple different ways to flank the enemy. This is a savage engagement down here. Oh, I mean, what the? Oh, oh, yikes! That is some pretty devastating artillery. Impressive, very impressive. Look how many guys are spawning in over here as well. They're very strong in the defense. These OC KRT guys. Man's gone too far. Okay. What are you looking at, Crew? I don't know if you can see in that field or if he's blind firing. Obviously we can see from this angle that there are enemies over there. Oh, he's getting flanked pretty close. What a good position there with his head hidden a little bit behind that little trailer. Oh. Oh. I'll take it back. I'm going to stop saying people are good, right? Because they keep dying as soon as I praise them. Oh, look at this smoke. That's powerful artillery use there by OCKRT, and they're very much moving into the point here now. Got to make sure my body lying in a ditch isn't blocking anything, but I think we're good. This is not looking good for the Finnish team right now. I think I'm probably stating the obvious there, but there's a lot of red breeze. We got over here still being held at bay here, the Finns, and they've got this attack really causing a lot of problems over here. Halfway capped, still losing it because these OC guys are staying in the circle. Nice, really good kills here from OCKRT. Very good kills. See a squad leader go down in the bottom right of the screen there. Fighting savagely out on these fields. Still defending. 2 mining. Will he get local hero? No one wants to be in that situation, let's face it. Local hero, let's see what you got. Be a hero. And he's no. We're good, he's alright. Two main and still there. Oh, his foots gave him away, everyone. Unlucky there. Very unlucky, but good defending still from the Finns. That was looking very worrying for them just then, and they've kind of pulled that back from the jaws of defeat a little bit. So again, excellent play, and I think it goes to show that not just like the competitive spirit of these teams, but you know the skill as well to be able to. I mean, I've played against KRT. OC, they're a pretty good team, you know, to say the least, and the fact that the Finns are really like putting up this much of kind of resistance just goes to show what a good team they are as well. However, I think at this point you know, I don't want to write them off clearly, but I'm seeing a lot of red on this HQ sector. It's not looking good at all. They have got their spawn points marked. They still haven't marked the other one over there, but perhaps they took it already. I can't see the other map, so I'm not sure, but they've obviously got the artillery pretty pinned down here. Although Tin did just get the kill there. Bushwhacker there, killed by Tim. Thought it was Kivilium. Kivilium, my bad. I mean, look at this defending though. Like, it's sort of skinny your teeth stuff a little bit, but it's really, really great shooting. Fantastic plays to be able to actually fight this off, because like, if this was me, my morale would be, you know, sort of all over the place. Getting capped on that many times kind of thing. Like, that's... They really do know what they're doing, the Finnish team, and I think that really shows, you know, the length of time we've been going in this game already. Goes to show both of these teams. They're chops really here. Tim here. He was on a bit of a roll before, but we've started following him now, so he's almost certain to die. Plastic's in the building there. Uh-oh. Told you. Called it. Strong positioning from Astig there. Bit risky in the window, but you know, he's managed to get right inside the point again. Oosh. Well, that's getting shot through a window for you, I suppose. Oh, he's... You got him the first time, mate. It's getting really sweaty now in this last kind of section of the game, this last half an hour. Oh my goodness. It's so tense. Shot from both sides. I'm not quick enough. Lucky Burn is. Great plays there. Is Finn going to be sprinting around the corner or peeking? Saw that coming. Squintiff also down out in the middle of the field. Just one of those gunfights where you haven't got the best cover. Nice shooting here from Campo to suppress Finn though. Chill spawned in as well. They can wait for their whole squad to spawn in. I think Finn's going to find it very, very difficult to attack this. All these players are excellent. You know, we've seen them on the attack all game. Burn there. Oh, great nade. And another one. Fantastic nade from Finn to destroy the OP there. Absolutely brilliant. That's big. Back over to the point here. Astig, you know, he's really been effective in getting his OP down again. A recon and a regular squad and a tank here. Again, not looking great for Finn let loose, but knowing the Finns, they'll probably blow this tank up and take the point back at this rate. That is some aggressive positioning, I've got to say, from Demon Diamond there. That is yeah, just facing your own lines, killing enemies from behind in the tank. Great stuff. Love to see it. Astig squad here, absolutely beasting it all over Hill 6. I think it might almost be over, everyone. And they're dropping their airhead now as well. Is this the OC airhead? Radar do? Is he going to get in too close? He's going straight for the airhead. Sensible, very sensible. Is he? Unlucky. Well, that was impressive. GG, both teams. That was really, really good. That was a really exciting match. I'm glad to have had the opportunity to watch over that one. Hopefully, I mean, obviously there was like colossal cock up at the start, but you know, apart from that, hopefully it's been okay for you guys. And again, just GG to both teams there. Like fantastic plays from both. Just the fact that you know, the Finns defended in that way for such a sort of long time, so consistently, really amazing. But you know, hats off and all credit there to OC and KRT. They deserve the win there. I think it's fair to say they wore down the Finns, and they just, you know, it's like water or something. You know, the trickle turns into the river that turns into the flood, and before you know it, you're at the bottom of the ocean, kind of thing. And that was a little bit what happened there. But you know, good plays, you can see here, good plays from everyone involved, and really, really good to see. I look forward to seeing how both teams progress in the tournament. And obviously, thanks for joining. Make sure to follow the stream, follow the Twitter. Hopefully no cock-ups next time. Hopefully we'll still be here. Great to have you, obviously. Sorry I can't like do the chat because it's the 15 minutes, yada yada. But yeah, brilliant stuff. Great from both teams, and really great to see. So have a good evening, everyone, and see you soon.